Sybil. She was pregnant, real pregnant. It was Mike Burris, who we brought with us to help with praise and worship. And of course, I promised him that, you know, I would pay his week's salary that he was taking off to go to work, because I was going to this big revival and it was going to be great. So we get there, and the man forgets that he invited me to come. And then he's like, oh, okay, cool, come on. And then we preach Easter Sunday morning. We start revival on Easter Sunday morning, big day. Church was rather full. Everybody was excited. We preached a great message. The altar was full. We get upstairs, and paraphrasing a little bit, we get upstairs, we change our sweaty shirts and everything, and the preacher comes up, oh man, you really preached today, and oh, that's great, come back tonight, and we're going to have the revival starting tonight. So he doesn't give me no offering, doesn't give me anything, just give me kudos and congratulations. Comes back that night. We're staying at the Cocoa Inn. That's right, Cocoa Inn. And it's just like it sounds, Cocoa Inn. Now, this preacher who forgot that I was even coming would not rent 2 rooms for us. So Mike and my wife and myself were in the same room with the ants. And we had to endure that with 1 bathroom. Came back that night. Power of God fell again. Great service. Place was even more packed in the morning. The word was getting around for the revival. And he came up and said, oh, preacher, great night, and everything. Gave me an envelope. And in that envelope from 2 services was $136 and about 23 cents. Well, we spent probably $200 in gas or whatever just to get there. And then on top of that, he says, well, the revival's over tonight because our Holy Convocation is starting Monday. We find out that this bishop, who we thought was a bishop, is not a jurisdictional bishop, so the revival's over. So we're scaring around. $123 will not get us home. We're broke. And we had breakfast the next morning with the same pastor. The real bishop of the jurisdiction is at the same place we were at. We get to talk to him, and the blessing of God is that he opened up his doors to his convocation, and we preached the youth services for the whole week. He allowed us to preach the Sunday morning service after the convocation was over, and we left out of there with enough money to get home and eat, and we survived. Well, after that week revival, it was quite impactful and traumatic at the same time. One Saturday morning, I was in the bed, and the Lord just woke me up in the middle, early in that morning, and he told me to go. I thought I was going to Milford to start a church, and I knew one day I was going to start a church because we had a prophecy that the Lord spoke to me earlier when we first got married, that when my son, when my first son turned 6, that I was going to start a church. So that prophecy goes back to when me and Sybil just got married. And we had a prophecy that before we were pregnant or anything, that I was going to have a son first, that 6 years after that I was going to start a church. So pretty much I forgot about it. You know, life was tough, struggle and everything. So when the Holy Spirit brought it back to me, it was exactly the 6th year. We started the church. And so we came back on that Saturday. The Holy Spirit woke me up, told me to go. And I knew what he meant, this time to go start the church. So I'm in the car, getting ready to go to Milford. Next thing you know, I end up in Smyrna, a little outside of Smyrna called Clayton. I don't know how I got there. I just end up in a town I've never been to in my life. Driving through the town, the Holy Spirit's just navigating me through. See this white building, and doesn't have a for rent sign or anything on it. I think it was a for rent sign on it. But I stopped, inquired. The owner was just happened to be on the front lawn. After talking to him, he told me emphatically, we're not renting any churches. The last church we had here, they didn't pay us, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, well, God told me to come and start our church here. And this is where we need to start our church. And he put his head down. It's like, God told you that? I said, God told me to start the church here. And I need to start the church right here. And I said, how much is the rent? The rent was $600 a month. I had no members. I didn't tell anybody that we're starting a church. And I had a rule that no one from Love Temple, that was the church I was born in and got saved in and was attending at the time, no one from Love Temple could go with us. If God was with us, then he would send people we don't even know. And we started the church with no members from Love Temple. I put the money up ourselves for the security deposit in the first month, and we started the church.